Hey guys, so we're back with the next video in the series. So today we're just going to quickly look at, one second here, I've got some new software on my ThinkPad. I actually installed Windows Server onto my ThinkPad. Ironically, it works better than Windows 10. Some of the drivers and so on and so forth. Also, I fixed the fan, so it won't overheat anymore. What it was is the fan program I was using, it was not optimized for. Why is it doing that? Let me fix that right now. Yeah, so the fan, it wasn't optimized for my system. So basically I just went into the configuration and I changed it so that way there we go. Let's fix this audio. Alright, allow me to save. Okay, let's try this again. So I don't know if you remember, in the last video we did the Active Directory. So this is how you sign back in to that machine. You just go to the server. Of course, it's the server name or the IP, and then the username will now be your domain, right, along with the administrator or whichever user account you're going to use. So if it was Tom, it would be rylab/Tom, right? So if you have something else here, other credentials, you could just go use a different account. And so basically it would look like this, right? And then of course you would put your password. Okay. Alright, just like that. Obviously I'm not going to show you my password at the moment. Okay, and then you'll get logged in right away. Alright. We need some updates, so let's go ahead and take care of that. Now, I managed to add an additional drive to the computer. Let's just see if it's populated. Yeah, it's right here, 3 terabyte. I don't believe there's anything on there. So I had a 3 terabyte NAS drive, Western Digital Red, in another machine, so I took that out and I added it to this machine. So I'm just gonna quickly show you today in this video how to do shares, and that's what this video is going to be about. So I'm just gonna quickly wipe this 3 terabyte drive right here. Okay, we're just gonna do a quick erase, right, because it's coming from another machine. And we're just going to do quick, and it erases the first and last million sectors of the drive. Now I've already done a full erase on this drive previously, and it took about 5 or 6 hours. So obviously we're not going to do that right now. We're just going to do a quick erase. It only takes a few minutes. It's very fast. So we're going to do that, and then I'm going to add it to a storage pool. Okay, so as you can see now that it's all done. And what we're going to do here is we're just going to go and initialize this drive. I'm just going to make sure that it's disk 0, which it is. So we're going to make it a GPT. Alright. It's done. We're going to quickly go in here. And all you have to do is just go down to File and Storage Services. And remember, storage pools. Well, let's see. No, it's not showing us that disk. Interesting. Let's reset this disk here. I don't know why. It should be showing that it's available here for another pool. Huh. Chances are we have to reboot this server, so let's just go ahead and do that. It'll only take a second anyway. If you ever run into that problem, you can do the same thing yourself. Okay. I'll just give that a second to reboot. It's probably done. Might take a second. It usually takes the server longer to restart. With Active Directory, so it's probably not rebooted yet. It's probably still rebooting. Oh, really? Come on. I'm gonna save my credentials this time. There we go. As you can see, it takes a few extra minutes for it to boot up there, so I'm just gonna wait for that for a sec. Alright, now hopefully this time our drive should show as Primordial in our storage spaces. Last time it didn't show. So, oops. Now I'm hoping this time, following our reboot and resetting of the disk, it should be just fine. And there we go. We can see Primordial, right? Available disk. So let's go ahead and make a new storage pool. Alright, I'm going to go through this quickly. So we're going to call this, let's see, what did we call the last one? Storage pool 1. So we're just going to call this one S pool 2. And we're using the Western Digital 3 terabyte, just as a reminder. Hit next, and you can see our disk is here. Go ahead and hit next, hit create. We're going to go ahead and create a virtual disk. We're going to select the disk from storage pool 2. Okay, next. This virtual disk is going to be named WDC vdisk, and this is our 3 terabyte drive. We'll go ahead and hit next. We're going to do simple, next, fixed, maximum size, next, create. Perfect. And create a volume when this wizard closes. Right? Make sure this is checked. Close. Next. 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 Drive letter. Now I'm going to go with something unique. I'm going to select W since it's a Western Digital. Hit next. And I'm going to select the REFS. And I'm going to call it Western Digital 3, oops, 3 terabyte. Okay. Next, create. And that's all there is to it. Alright, we could refresh our storage pool here. Now you can see the storage pool we have it was 2.73 terabytes available, and we can go ahead and select our disk. You can see our Western Digital V disk is here with the W volume, and we can go up here to volume and we can see that it's here as well. Okay, now for shares it's very easy. There's two ways you could do shares. You can go here, right from here, and you can select task, new share. You could do quick, advanced, or applications. I often do applications, which you can read up on the different types, but for now we're just gonna go with quick, okay, because we're just gonna do general file sharing, right? Okay, so we're gonna hit next, and we're gonna select here the W volume because we want to go by volume. Okay, you hit next, and the share name, so we're gonna call it, now we already have one called private, so we're just gonna call this one network share. Okay, shares network. Okay, and you can name it whatever you want, and this will be the local path, right? And if the folder does not exist, it will be created for us, and this is the remote path to the share. Okay, so you have to keep this in mind for later. We can just go ahead and hit next. Alright, and here you have some additional options. You can encrypt the data access and so on, but we're just going to go with the defaults for now, and you can read up some more information about this online. Hit next. You can customize the permissions, but for now we're just going to leave it at the default. And we'll go next and create. Okay, and that's it. And if we want to find our share now, we could just go in here into our file manager. Alright, and we could select our disk, double click on shares, and we can go here, and I normally pin it to the quick access so it's easy to get to. Alright, so that'll be our share. But what I normally do is just double check the permissions, and this process, what I'm doing now from this point forward, you can also do to share any other folder on your server. It can be any folder, and the process is the same, just by going to properties, sharing, advanced sharing. Okay, and if this wasn't checked, you would check this share this folder, and you would go with the name here. You could change the name if you want to, and you can limit the number of simultaneous users. Now because there's only me, I'm gonna just select one, but I also have 2 computers, so I'm gonna bump that up to 2. And then I also have this machine here, so I'm gonna say 3 at one time. And then I'm gonna check the permissions, and for everyone I'm gonna remove these check marks here. I don't want anyone other than me at the moment to access this share, so I'm gonna go add, and then I'm gonna type in here Rylab /administrator. Okay, and I'm gonna go here with this user here, click OK, administrator, OK, full control, apply, OK, apply, OK, close, and close. Now if I should be able to go into my desktop, I apologize I don't have different wallpapers, so if you didn't see that quickly, this is my ThinkPad again. Okay, and you can easily see that here. Okay, or you could see here in Server Manager that this is in fact my ThinkPad. Okay, right, my Lenovo. Alright, it is a ThinkPad. Now let's just go here into the network, and we're going to just let it populate and see if it does pop up. We know that it won't because I have not actually accessed the share at all at this moment. This will be the first time. So we're just going to go ahead, double // RyLab. Actually, what we're going to do is we're just going to leave it like that. Cannot access. And we're going to go can't remember what the name of that. Let's just type in the IP address. Let's try that. Let's see if we can find it. More than likely it's because I did not allow the firewall exception. Oh, my bad. I'm typing the wrong thing. That's why. Let's try that again. It's actually Rise server. I apologize. There we go. I'm a little bit tired at the moment. So you can see we have two here. We have one private from before, okay, and then here's the network one, the new one that we just made. All right. So if I want to go ahead and grab something now, let's see. I'll just make a test document here. I'll just type this as a test.txt, and we'll go ahead in here and we'll type some simple text. Okay, and we go back onto our server here. If we go back into our network share, we can see we have our test.txt and the text that we typed, right? And now if we want to share something else, like let's say we have something, let's see, what do we want to put in there? Let's say we want to take these ISOs, we're gonna copy them now into that 3 terabyte share. So we're just gonna paste them into here. All right, we'll let that run for a second. So you can see we're getting about, well, it wasn't too bad. We got up to a gig a second there. 1.2 gigabytes a second. Oh, that's pretty good. Obviously it's not going to stay. We're going to hit a bottleneck there at some point, I'm sure, as it computes what it's doing. But those Western Digital drives are quite fast. I do like them. Recent years they've been very good. So like I say, that's a lot of information we just transferred over there. Not even sure how much that was. Let's take a look. So that was you know, about 20 gigabytes just now we transferred, and it only took a few seconds. Okay, so now if we go back into my server here, my ThinkPad, my other, let's say our other machine, and then if we wanted to actually grab one of those ISOs, okay, we could actually do that, right? Okay, and we could just go on into here and we could just take any one of these and we could use them for another Hyper-V machine or whatever. And because the throughput between the machines is so fast on my internal network, we could actually even install one of these ISOs right onto a Hyper-V machine right through the network, which is pretty amazing. Alright, so that's that is the that is the basics of the file share. Now let's say we wanted to share another folder on this network. Let's just say let's say we wanted to share, let's say we wanted to share this documents folder here. It's the same thing. You would just go in properties, sharing, right, advanced sharing, share this folder, documents. You can even put documents, you know, Rise server, so you know what it is. Okay, permissions, right, we can just add. Okay, so I can put RyLab, administrator, check names, built-in. Okay, okay. Make sure you click the allow, apply, okay, apply, okay, close. Now if we go back here, we could see that the share, will be available to us in our network here. If we go back to our network, go back to our share, we could see Documents Rise server is now available. Okay, we could see that it's there, so you don't even have to make an additional network share if you didn't want to, but that's fine. And again, in reverse, if you didn't want to share it anymore, it's quite simple as going back to Properties, Sharing, Advanced Sharing, uncheck, apply, yes, okay, and close. Okay, and as you can see, if we go back now onto this machine and go into the network share, alright, that folder is no longer available. And that's it. Okay guys, so if this video helped you out, go ahead and hit